Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Petey Prowlock. And Newcastle, last night, were dumped out of the Carabao Cup, if that's when you pronounce. What a stupid name they've called that for the League Cup this season. Were dumped out by Nottingham Forest 3-2 at St James's Park. And I was at the game, and I was just sick as fuck, to be honest, really, because the cup competitions, which we like to see us have a good cup run, were out in the second round, and that's not been done for a long time, from what I've heard. And to go out like that was just abysmal, absolutely friggin' abysmal. Some of the players we had who are supposed to be getting moved on, and some of them play like that was just out of order. For example, Grant Hanley in the defensive situation, who apparently he's going to be moved on. God, he didn't look fantastic yesterday. He was a downer yesterday. Lazar looked shaky when he come on. The only one that impressed us was probably Saivet. I thought Saivet did okay, but the one thing I really didn't get later throughout the match is when Rafa drops Diame in defensive midfield and then he puts Saivet in the number 10 role. I found that very confusing in my opinion. So that's what I'll probably criticise Rafa on a little bit, and probably his decisions as well. I thought we could have had a strong team out yesterday against Nottingham Forest. We played strong teams when we were in the Championship in the League Cup, and we beat teams like Preston, Wolves, Cheltenham Town. We had decent, strong sides who are capable of knocking other teams out of the cup. And most of the players last night just didn't look bothered at all, I've got to say. The only player that stood out for me was Rolando Aarons. I thought he had a great game. I thought, yes, Mitrovic scored, but he wasn't great. He struggled to try and get a shot on a lot of the time. And apparently we're turning down bids for him, and apparently fans says get rid of him because they think he's not good enough. And Newcastle are turning like loan bids down from other clubs. Rafa must still rate him at this rate. Oh my God, but most of them players, I've got to say, Jacob Murphy had a bad game yesterday. He's crossing, couldn't get to the target man, and his shots were going all over as well. I was very disappointed with him as well. But the defence was the worst of the lot last night. Conceding some of them goals conceded them goals was just, I'm going to say two of them at least were absolutely abysmal of how we conceded them. So yeah, we score in about 3 minutes into the game. A good ball in from Aarons into Mitrovic, and he belted it in the top corner. It was a great scene. You're thinking, hopefully Newcastle will carry on. But to be honest, Nottingham Forest were growing out big time in the game. They were getting balls. They were moving forward with the ball. They were getting balls into the box, causing us problems. Darlow saved a shot before they scored. And they get the equaliser, and how every fan must have been howling at the defender Newcastle were doing. Ball into the box, and Jason Cummins gets his head onto it. Hey, my God, what was the defence doing that they're trying not to mark? And it's just a free header on goal, and Darlow doesn't make a move at all to try and save it. A lot of people thought that Darlow was interested yesterday, and he's put 3 past his former club. Hey, my word. And the second goal, a lot of people saying, what on earth was Darlow doing? Again, our defence go to sleep again, and a long ball came in. And Jason Cummins, after he catches Darlow coming off his line, just manages to lob it over him into the box. It's 2-1. And I thought we struggled to get forward a lot of the time, a lot of that. And as soon as the referee put the board up for 2 minutes, I thought I was just dying for the toilet at this rate. I just thought, I'm going to have to go for the toilet because, one, I didn't see us, thought we were going to score, and I thought I could have an early drink. But luckily, we did score, and I caught the goal. So hopefully you're not going to criticise me for doing that at least, because, you see a lot of fans that go in early to avoid the crowd and stuff like that. But luckily I caught the goal as soon as I was walking away to get down. And a great finish by Rolando Aarons to make it 2-2 when you're thinking we're still in with a chance throughout the game. The second half, I thought we were the much better team. I didn't see Nottingham Forest really create that much a lot of the time into the second half. But it was just our final ball that was just lacking it a lot of the time. But they did have a good chance through a free kick that hit the crossbar. Yeah, and so... And it comes to extra time, and this is where we really crap ourselves when it comes to extra time, and then you're going to be dreading going into penalties. Unfortunately, it didn't, because our defence went to friggin' sleep again. They take the corner, and Tyler, who I think that's who he was, free header, and he wasn't even that close to the goal, but he gets enough power onto it, and it beats Caldwell, who I think got a touch onto it. But a lot of Newcastle players just had an off day yesterday. But the thing that's really a lot of pissing me off, and I'm going to see it, I've seen on other videos like the Toon Review, I've really got into watching his videos as well, so I thought he is a very honest man as well. I'm just sick of all these players saying Rafa out or Rafa this and shit like that. Fucking grub. The only thing we want rid of our club is Mike Ashley and Lee Charnley, because them two do not have a frigging clue how to run a football club properly. Especially when Ashley doesn't know nothing about football whatsoever. And Charnley, well, that's just Ashley's puppet at this rate. A lot of people thought that he was mental of bringing Joe Kinnear back in 2013. We were happy when he didn't last long. But Charnley just sounds is probably going up to his level, to Joe Kinnear's level, because I do not have a clue what that man. It just seems he just seems utterly clueless as well. So yeah, that is the main problem we want rid of our club. Ashley's saying he can't afford money, he hasn't got any money. Well, he can afford to put money at the places like Debenhams and shit like that. Yes. If you are watching, Mike Ashley, we know your shit of what you've been up to. So don't think you can con us and think, oh, that the cracks are going to be covered at this rate. No, it doesn't work like that, friggin' mate. Enough with the bollocks and shit like that. You thought you could win the fans when you started talking with your interviews. Well, just take a selfie, look in the mirror, and just think about it, and probably give your head a wobble and say, what the fuck am I doing? Because most of the time, if he's putting money into a football club, he's giving it to people who just don't have a clue as well. So yeah, that is the big problem of our club still. It's still Mike Ashley and Lee Charnley. Every time where we've been like in the Premier League, we're going out of cups very early. We managed the quarterfinal, we were in the Championship last season. But I would give Rata some criticism on a bit of the players he decided to put. Okay, good to see some new ones, but surely there was enough players us to go and beat Nottingham Forest last night. So see, I was just fucking sick as hell. Why are we? It's just like we're going back to the old way. I've not given a shit about the cups. And the players who are, if this has been their last game, all I can say is, what a way to say farewell to us fans. Because they're thinking, oh, it's me last game. Am I that bothered? Yes, you should be bothered, especially when you're playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. But I've got to, well, so that's it. We're out of the League Cup. And not fans, I'm also annoyed to be about fans saying, what focus is just in the Premier League. Okay, yes, but have a cup run as well. My God. So that's it. We're out of the cup. So our game's on to West Ham. And I've got to say, we have to friggin' win this game. I don't think a draw's going to be good enough. We have to win this game. West Ham have had a rotten start. Getting beat 4-0 off Man United and getting beat 3-2 off Southampton. So we've got to try and do something at least. A lot of people say, does Rafa change his formation? He probably won't. A lot of these teams won't play the 4-4-2. But we've got to see, we have to get our players, the fans have to get behind the team on Saturday and honestly pull their socks up and give their heads a shake and see we need to beat West Ham on Saturday. I really hope we do. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Give us a subscribe. I should appreciate it. Let me know what you think of what I've just said about the game last night. I'm sure you're going to say the same thing. Give us a comment in the box of what you think. Were you at the game last night? Were you freaking sick as what I was? Probably will be. And I will see you all later. Take care of yourselves. I will be back for the West Ham game.